Hi, welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about part numbering using SOLIDWORKS and OpenBOM. So understand how you can help and improve your part numbering strategies and how you can bring your current schemas, your current processes to OpenBOM or improve the current processes with OpenBOM part numbering capabilities. So in this example, I'm using two different catalogs. One that already has part numbering set up. So you can go into opening that catalog and go into part number setup. And my current setup is a prefix of 5 and a counter. So 7 digits part number. Okay, I'm also going to use, in this example, a different catalog for hardware components, where basically it has a different prefix, starts with 49. Okay, so in terms of how OpenBOM works with part numbering, you can understand the part numbering in settings. So we are picking, you can choose a property where the part number is stored. So it's a SOLIDWORKS file property. If we find that in SOLIDWORKS, so notice that the default part number in SOLIDWORKS is part NO. So in this case, I'm going to use part number as the part number property. Also make sure that you are in advanced mode. So if you see, switch to advanced if you want to see the full contents of this video. So I'm going to also talk about using categories to auto categorize, for example, hardware components. I'm going to show that in a moment. All right. So let's first start to understand the defaults. So the first thing is we are going to use the SOLIDWORKS default if there is no property at all that you have set for part numbering. So let me show you what I mean by this. It means that if you have any component that doesn't have a part number in its properties, for example, this one, I have set the part number property is part space number, and I don't have any properties, neither file properties or configuration specific properties. It's not there. So this is going to default to the SOLIDWORKS part numbering setting that it is actually stored in configuration properties. So this, when you start any new file, it's going to use part number display when used on a bill of materials, and it defaults to document name, which document name is the file name over there. So in this case, if I don't have anything set up and I just save this item to OpenBOM, it's going to default to the file name. Okay, so if that's your current practice, then happy days. You just click on the Create BOM button, save item to OpenBOM. If you are also sending derivatives like steps and PDFs, we can auto-generate that straight away. So this is the first thing to understand about part numbering is if you are using file name and it's already accurate in terms of part numbering, you can use that approach with minimal changes in CAD practices. So let's see this first result over here. And as you can see, we will have our brand new part number, the file name without extension. All right. So notice that we also captured some nice derivatives for the drawing here. So we will have also that. Okay, so we have created a step file, the file name, capture the description, and we also have the drawing captured. Okay. So the next approach will be being aware that if any other item has that property set up, so let's, for example, move into a toolbox component. So if we see a toolbox component, notice that the part number is already set. So if you look into that setting, it's already a user specified part number. Okay, so this is the case. And again, there is no file property in here. If you save this item, so it's going to pick that as the part number. Okay, so it's going to pick that name into the part number and it's going to process. Okay, so the next example is you do want to repart number your data because either you are still in prototyping stages, you want to solve that problem of part numbering. And we can do this with the generate part number command. We can also set the part numbers to be sent to different catalogs. For example, hardware gets its own prefix and any other components get a different part numbering schema. So that's also possible. I'm going to show you how to do that. So first we will set up the categorization. So in this example, I'm going to use drawing number as the file name, so we'll keep that. And then I'm going to add the item number as the part number property to define the inventory part number. So let's do that. Let's configure categorization so you can see how part numbering works. So we'll go into use categories, click on category chooser, then define that if there is a property called is fastener. And if the value is 1 as true, notice this property is fastener is also used for SOLIDWORKS on the copy tree command and also in collision interference detection, seeing that it is a fastener. But that's a story for a different video. So let's say if that property is available and it has the is fastener value as 1, it's going to go to the hardware catalog. Okay, that will be our definition. We're going to save. And notice that one of these toolbox components already has that setting in the properties. So it does have. So what I mean is that if you go to properties, already has the is fastener as true there. Okay, just see how we're going to pick that up for part numbering for that 7046, that M4 there. Okay, so let's do the generate part number command from here. And we are going to generate part numbers for all and recurse to subassemblies. There's no subassemblies, but notice that you can repart number everything. Let's just do that. We assign all these numbers. Okay, you have a log. So there was already some part numbers that were in created previously, and it's true. Those two that we already did manually. So already OpenBOM knows that they are already existed, and then gave the new part number automatically. You can see prefix of 5 to any of the items. It found that and it sent it to the hardware catalog. Okay, that's what we expect. Perfect. And now if we generate a BOM from here, we will have all the nice part numbers created. Okay, so let's do that. Let's create this bill of material and see the result of all those part numbers and derivatives generated. So okay, it's going to take a couple of seconds. All right, so it has finished. So we can see now the result. And there we go. We have our bill of material just created. So we can see the results. If you don't have this views created, just switch to view results. And there we go. We have our derivatives. The first example where we just pick the file name, our renumbered for that item, and then all the others taking the prefix. So in this example, I hope you see how you can control your part numbering data, fix your CAD data if you want to, or if you are starting a brand new project where you are at the verge of renumbering, organizing yourself, just use OpenBOM for that. So thank you and see you on the next video.